Right now, somewhere in the world, someone is giving a speech. Someone is shaking hands. Someone is promising things they may never deliver. And millions of people are watching, deciding, choosing. You call this politics. You call this democracy. You call this civilization. But here is what nobody tells you. The system you live inside, the one you were born into and never questioned, is brand new, embarrassingly new. For 95% of human history, nobody voted. Nobody campaigned. Nobody was born into power. And yet, someone always led. Someone always stepped forward when the group needed direction. Someone always made the call when everything was falling apart. The question is not whether ancient humans had leaders. They did. The question is how they got there. And the answer is going to make you look at every person in power today very differently. Let us go back. Way back. Before governments, before armies, before anyone could write down the rules. Your ancestor lived in a band of roughly 25 to 50 people. A small, tight group, moving across a landscape that was constantly trying to kill them. There was no president, no king, no boss, no job title that said leader on it. And yet, when a predator appeared at the edge of camp, someone took charge. When the group needed to decide which direction to move, someone spoke first. When conflict broke out between two members, someone stepped in to resolve it. That person did not have a crown. They did not have an army at their back. They had something far more powerful. They had trust. Anthropologist Christopher Boehm spent decades studying hunter-gatherer societies across the world. Societies in Africa, South America, Australia, societies that had almost no contact with the modern world. And he found something remarkable. These groups were not leaderless, but they were also fiercely, almost violently, anti-hierarchy. If someone in the group started acting like they were better than everyone else, the group had a response. They called it leveling. And it was ruthless. First came mockery. The group would ridicule the person who was puffing up their chest, getting too big, acting like they owned something they did not own. If mockery did not work, came exclusion. The group would simply stop including that person in decisions, in meals, in conversation. And if exclusion did not work, in extreme cases, came something far more final. Boehm documented cases where groups permanently removed individuals who could not stop dominating others. Not through a court, not through a trial, through collective decision. Through the quiet, unanimous agreement of everyone that this person had become a threat to the group's survival. Your ancestors did not tolerate bullies. They could not afford to. A bully in a group of 30 people hunting on a dangerous landscape was not just annoying. A bully was a liability. A bully took more than their share. A bully created resentment. A bully made the group weaker at exactly the moment it needed to be strongest. So if ancient humans rejected dominance, if they actively destroyed anyone who tried to seize power, then who led? How did leadership actually work? Evolutionary anthropologist David Geary described what ancient leadership looked like as situational authority. The idea is simple, and it is radical. In ancient bands, different people led in different situations. The best tracker led when the group was hunting. The most experienced elder led when the group needed to navigate old terrain. The most socially connected person led when there was conflict to resolve. The bravest person led when there was danger to face. Leadership was not a position. It was a function. And it rotated based on who was most capable of handling what the group currently needed. Think about what that means. In the world your ancestor lived in, you could not fake leadership. You could not inherit it. You could not buy it. You could not talk your way into it with promises. You earned it, in the moment, with your actual ability, in front of people who knew you intimately and would notice immediately if you were bluffing. Primatologist Jane Goodall, observing chimpanzees over decades in Gombe, documented something that maps almost perfectly onto early human leadership. Dominant individuals in chimp groups were not always the largest or the most physically powerful. They were the ones most skilled at building coalitions, the ones who groomed others strategically, who shared food at critical moments, who positioned themselves as indispensable to multiple members of the group. In short, the ones who made everyone else feel that their own survival was better with this individual than without them. Sound familiar? Your ancestor chose leaders the same way, not by asking who is strongest, by asking who makes us stronger. Now here is where the science gets genuinely strange. Researchers studying the vocal patterns of modern humans in group settings found something that mirrors ancient selection almost exactly. Studies from McMaster University showed that in leaderless group discussions, the person the group eventually deferred to was not the loudest voice. It was not the most confident-sounding voice. It was the voice that others responded to most. The person who asked the best questions. The person who built on what others said rather than replacing it. The person who made the room feel smarter, not smaller. The group was running an ancient algorithm, one hardwired into your social brain over hundreds of thousands of years, and it was selecting for the same qualities it always selected for: competence, generosity, calm under pressure. Your brain still does this, right now, in every meeting you sit in every group you belong to. There is a part of your ancient brain quietly scanning the room, assessing who it would follow into danger. And it is not always choosing the person with the title. But there is something even deeper here. Something that changes how you understand not just leadership but yourself. Anthropologist Kim Hill, studying the Ache people of Paraguay, one of the last remaining hunter-gatherer societies, found that the most respected individuals in the group were almost never the most aggressive. They were the most generous. The man most deferred to in decisions was not the best fighter. He was the man who had, over years, consistently given more than he took, who had shared food when he did not have to, who had shown up when someone needed help even when there was no immediate benefit to him. The group had been watching. The group always watches. And the group gave power, quietly and without ceremony, to the person who had proven they would use it for everyone. This is what Boehm called earned prestige. The opposite of dominance. Dominance says, follow me because I will hurt you if you do not. Prestige says, follow me because I have proven I know what I am doing and I will not abandon you when it counts. And prestige, unlike dominance, does not have to be enforced. It is given voluntarily by people who genuinely trust you. There is a reason this matters today. A reason that is not comfortable to sit with. Every modern system of leadership, every election, every corporate hierarchy, every institution you interact with was built in the last 10,000 years. Agriculture is 10,000 years old. Writing is 5,000 years old. Democracy in its current form is barely 200 years old. Your biology is 300,000 years old. And your biology was built for a very specific kind of leader. Not the loudest. Not the richest, not the one with the best story about themselves, the one who showed up, the one who gave more than they took, the one who made everyone around them more capable of surviving. You feel it when you meet that kind of person. You feel it in your body before your brain has even processed it. A calm settles over you. You trust them before you can explain why. That feeling is not naive. That feeling is not weakness. That feeling is 300,000 years of your ancestors recognizing exactly the kind of person worth following. And when you meet the other kind, the one who takes more than they give, who makes the room smaller, who uses fear instead of trust, your body knows that too. It has always known. Your ancestors survived precisely because they could feel the difference. The next time you watch someone give a speech and something feels wrong even though you cannot name it, trust that feeling. It is older than language. It is older than politics. It is older than every system humans have ever built to decide who gets to lead. Your ancestors gave power to the person who made them stronger. Maybe it is time to remember how to do that again.